The Medicines for All Institute was funded through a series of grants with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that are totaling about $40 million. Had we not had that initial investment from the Gates Foundation, none of this would have probably happened. And we're very thankful to them for that. But what it's done is it's created a platform for us, pulling other partners. We received an award with the federal government. We've embarked on a pretty ambitious effort to try and bring back pharmaceutical manufacturing back to the United States. What we really believe is that this whole effort is going to create a center of excellence in this region that's going to spur investments and job creation that we haven't seen in a long time. This idea about making it real is something that you can point to with Medicines for All, in that I'm not interested in laboratory curiosities. I'm interested in developing technology that's going to get out to the marketplace and do good.
The Wright Center serves as a center for clinical and translational research across the entire university. Our goal is to promote the translation of research from even the most basic levels to having an impact on the health out in the community. You can do a lot of research or even develop new medications, but if they're not used by the community, they really have no impact on health. The Wright Center led an effort to increase clinical trials and bring in new medications for COVID-19 that were carried out in the health system. We were able to get remdesivir for treatment for patients here for COVID-19 and for other medications that would not have been available if it wasn't for the clinical and translational research. Mr. Wright's gift to establish and name the C. Kenneth and Diane Wright Center for Clinical and Translational Research, I believe, was a major factor in our being awarded the renewal of the Clinical and Translational Science Award. So that's a $21.5 million grant from the National Institutes of Health. So I think without the philanthropy from Mr. Wright, I think there's a very good chance that the Center for Clinical and Translational Research might not exist.
The DaVinci Center is a unique collegiate model that brings students together from across disciplines in pursuit of 3 areas of focus: design thinking, venture creation, and product innovation. In addition to academic programs, the center offers experiences to students outside the classroom that foster an environment of innovation and entrepreneurship on campus. Students at VCU are blessed with outstanding faculty and incredible facilities, but it's really that additional support that we get from philanthropic friends of the center that allow our students to have these enriching experiences. I'm standing here today in what will become the first of its kind student storefront in the United States. Thanks to our generous friends and Mark Hurrigan and Hurrigan Construction, as well as other philanthropic partners, this space will become a leading center for innovation. Students will have the ability to connect directly with the public and sell their products. And much like our student athletes benefit from outstanding athletics facilities, and our STEM students have laboratories and bench science, this is the hub where students will engage in innovation and entrepreneurship in a hands-on way that will blur the line between classroom and experience. The DaVinci Center is defining what a new model of education will look like. Students from across disciplines engaged with their community partners in spaces like this one that bring everyone together in pursuit of what higher education can and should be.
The story of our inception as a center is proof of the impact that partnerships with the community can have. Our center wouldn't exist were it not for that initial group of community members. 12 years ago, there was a group of patients with Parkinson's disease. They were all traveling long distances to get their care. Recognizing that there was a real need, they organized themselves. This group of community members actually raised approximately $5 million to put toward the cause, and the School of Medicine here at VCU matched them dollar for dollar. A lot of our more innovative and exciting projects have been made possible through partnerships with community members and donors. Gary Rogliano and Power Over Parkinson's made a donation to our center to endow a chair. Through this endowed chair, someone will be able to develop the types of programs that will serve a real need within our local Parkinson's disease community that otherwise wouldn't be met. My colleague and I, Dr. Kretzer-Aboff and I, wanted to apply for a grant that required matched funds, and we were able to raise money through donations to provide those matched funds. We were able to get some, pilot data and then leverage that initial donor investment into what ultimately turned out to be an external grant from the Michael J. Fox Foundation.
SpaceX recently hosted a Hyperloop competition, and so we wanted to put VCU on the international stage by competing in this competition. The team was able to go from one out of hundreds or thousands of teams competing to top 20 in the world. And so we flew out to SpaceX's headquarters. We were able to talk with other teams that were also in the same boat as us, get advice from SpaceX engineers and how we could better design and build our pod. And then at the very end, there was an event where Elon Musk came out to speak to us. So there have been multiple ways that Hyperloop at VCU's team has been funded. Our team has focused on fundraising and talking with individual donors, corporate sponsors. Through VCU's Igniter crowdfunding program, we were able to fundraise for components on the pod, for traveling, for the students. Without people believing in us and without people donating funding for us, we would not have been able to get top 20 internationally, and we would have not been able to show that VCU could actually be one of these leading teams pushing innovation around the world.